What if I told you something simple? What if there is a small place on your body right beneath your ear that your nervous system has been waiting for you to touch? Not to fix anything, not to force anything, just to remember calm. Most people spend their whole lives searching for energy, more strength, more peace, more balance, and yet they never think to ask their own body. Take a slow breath with me, in through your nose, out through your mouth. Feel your shoulders soften a little, your jaw loosen, your chest drop. That wasn't imagination. That was your nervous system responding. Now imagine this. That same sense of relief, but deeper, quieter, as if something inside you finally feels safe enough to rest. Ancient healers believed the body holds hidden doorways, places where the mind can gently step aside, and the body takes over. One of those doorways sits here, just beneath the ear. A small fold of skin most people never touch with awareness. They called it a listening point, not because it hears sound, but because the body listens through it. Some people feel warmth there, others feel a soft tingling, some feel nothing at first, and that's okay. Because this isn't about sensation, it's about permission, permission for your system to stop bracing, permission to stop holding everything together, permission to rest without guilt. Many people never find this, not because it's hidden, but because they never slow down enough to notice. They live in their heads, while the body waits patiently, holding ancient instructions it never forgot. As you listen right now, your body already knows what's coming. You might feel drawn, or simply curious, or quietly relieved. Before we do anything together, pause here. If something inside you feels gently pulled toward this moment, trust that. This channel is called the spine gospel for a reason, because the body tells a story the mind often ignores. If this feels like the kind of remembering you've been craving, you can tap subscribe, not as a promise, just as a quiet yes to yourself. You can like this video or even dislike it later. Both are welcome. What matters is that you stay present. In a moment, I'll show you exactly where this point is and how to touch it safely, slowly, gently, no force, no belief required, just you, your breath, and a body that has been waiting a long time for you to listen. Before we begin, tell me in the comments where you're watching from right now. And notice this, you've already started. You're still here. That tells me something. Your body didn't push this away, it stayed. And that's important because the place we're about to talk about is not new, it's only forgotten. For most of human history, the body was not treated like a machine. It was treated like a living system that communicates in signals, through breath, through touch, through rhythm. Long before words like nervous system existed, healers noticed something simple. When certain areas of the body were touched gently, people changed. Their breathing slowed, their eyes softened, their emotions settled. They didn't explain it with charts, they watched the body respond. One of the areas they paid close attention to was around the ear, not the outer ear we decorate or clean, but the small folds and curves where nerves travel quietly beneath the skin. This wasn't superstition, it was observation. When a mother soothes a child, where does her hand often go? Near the head, the neck, behind the ear, not because she read it somewhere, because the body instinctively knows where safety lives. Modern science eventually caught up to this wisdom. Today, we understand that this area is closely connected to the nervous system, especially a pathway called the vagus nerve. The vagus nerve is not a single switch. It's a long communication line. It runs from the brain down into the body, touching the heart, the lungs, the gut. Its job is simple, to tell your body whether it's safe or whether it needs to stay alert. When the vagus nerve senses safety, the body shifts. Heart rate slows, breathing deepens, muscles soften. This is not theory, this is physiology. Dr. Porges, who developed what's known as the Polyvagal theory, explains this clearly in his book The Pocket Guide to the Polyvagal Theory. He describes how gentle cues of safety, like touch, tone, and breath, signal the nervous system to move out of survival mode and into regulation. In simple terms, your body relaxes when it feels listened to. The area near the ear plays a role in this listening, not because it's magical, but because important nerve pathways pass close to the surface there. This is why light touch matters, not pressure, not force. The nervous system responds to gentleness, to slowness, to signals that say you don't need to protect right now. Ancient traditions described this differently. They spoke of energy pathways, of flow, of balance, different language, same body. What they noticed was that when these pathways were stimulated with care, people felt calmer, more present, less scattered. They didn't claim miracles. They described shifts, better sleep, softer emotions, clearer thinking. These are the same outcomes modern nervous system research talks about today. And here's something important. This technique does not require belief. Your body does not check your opinions before it responds. It reacts to signals. Touch is one of the strongest signals you can give. When touch is slow, intentional, and safe, the body interprets it as care. That interpretation changes chemistry. Hormones shift, muscles release. This is why even a few seconds can matter. You are not activating anything foreign. You are reminding your system of something it already knows. This doorway was never lost. It was just ignored in a world that taught us to live in our heads. Many people feel emotional when they first learn this, not because something dramatic happens, but because they realize how long their body has been working without being acknowledged. If you're noticing that thought right now, let it be there. There is nothing to fix yet, nothing to perform. You're simply learning where one of your body's listening points lives, and as you begin to understand that, something subtle shifts. Curiosity replaces tension. Attention replaces force. In the next moments, you won't be asked to do anything complicated, only to move slowly, to touch with awareness. Before we go there, take one breath. Notice where you feel that breath the most, and ask yourself quietly, when was the last time I listened to my body like this? If an answer comes, you can share it later in the comments. If nothing comes, that's information too. Your body will speak when it's ready, and it's closer than you think. Stay with that breath you just noticed, because what's happening right now is not abstract, it's physical. Your body is constantly asking one question: am I safe? Or do I need to protect? Every second of every day, your nervous system is answering that question for you. Not with words, with signals, heart rate, muscle tone, breath depth, digestion, even the way your thoughts move. When life feels overwhelming, it's not because you're weak. It's because your nervous system has been receiving too many signals of danger, noise, rush, pressure, uncertainty. Over time, the body adapts by staying alert. This is what science calls a stress response. But it's more accurate to call it a survival pattern. The nervous system has two primary modes. One prepares you to act, the other allows you to rest, repair, and restore. The calming mode is often called the parasympathetic state. It's the state your body enters when it feels safe enough to soften. This is where the vagus nerve becomes important. The vagus nerve is like a messenger. It carries information between your brain and your body, but more importantly, it listens. It listens to your breath, your posture, your facial muscles, your tone of voice, and yes, your touch. When the vagus nerve receives gentle, reassuring input, it sends a message upward. We are okay right now. That message changes everything. Research has shown that when this pathway is engaged, the body naturally reduces stress hormones, the heart beats more steadily, inflammation lowers, the mind becomes clearer. This is not spiritual language. This is biology. Dr. Bessel van der Kolk, in his book The Body Keeps the Score, explains that the nervous system stores experiences of safety and threat in the body itself. He writes that regulation doesn't begin with thinking differently, but with helping the body feel safe again. That sentence matters, because many people try to calm their minds while their bodies are still bracing. It doesn't work for long. Stillness begins in the body. This is why touch can be so powerful when it's done correctly. Not as stimulation, but as reassurance. The area near the ear contains branches of nerves that connect to this calming network. When touched lightly and slowly, these nerves send feedback to the brainstem. The message is simple: there is no emergency. Your system doesn't need to analyze this. It responds automatically. This is also why it works even if you feel skeptical. Belief is not the switch. Safety is. Some traditions describe this process in terms of energy flow. They observed that when the body relaxed, people felt more alive, not less. Modern science sees the same thing through a different lens. When the nervous system leaves survival mode, energy becomes available again. Digestion improves, sleep deepens, emotions stabilize, not because energy was added, but because it was no longer being drained by constant defense. You may have heard people talk about the biofield, a subtle field of electrical and chemical activity generated by the body. This isn't mystical language alone. Every nerve impulse creates an electrical signal. Every heartbeat generates a measurable field. When the nervous system is regulated, these signals become more coherent, more organized. People often describe this as feeling centered, or grounded, or simply calm. Science would say the system is synchronized. Stillness is not emptiness. It's coordination. And here's something important to understand. You cannot force the nervous system into this state. Force reads as threat. That's why slow matters, gentle matters, why the way you touch is more important than where you touch. Your body is listening for tone, not technique. If you've lived many years carrying responsibility, caregiving, or stress, your system may be cautious at first. That's wisdom, not resistance. We're not asking it to change, only to notice. As you prepare to learn how to use this point, remember this. Nothing is being activated that isn't already part of you. We're simply creating the conditions for your body to do what it's designed to do when it feels safe. Before we move into the physical guidance, pause here. Notice your breath again. Is it any different from when we started? There's no right answer. But if you sense even a small shift, that's your nervous system responding to understanding. You're not broken, you're responsive. And in the next moments, we'll speak directly to the body in the language it understands best. Take a moment to settle where you are. Sit comfortably, or lie down if that feels better. Close your eyes if you can. Notice how your body rests against the chair or the bed or the floor. Just feel its weight, no judgment. We are going to connect to one of your body's listening points, the small fold just beneath your ear called the tragus. This area is subtle, quiet, and powerful. Place your index and middle fingers lightly on that spot. Not pressing hard, not poking, just a soft touch. Imagine a golden light starting to glow where your fingers rest. It's warm, gentle, soft enough that it doesn't distract, only comforts. Take a slow, deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. Let the exhale be longer than the inhale. Notice how your shoulders soften just a little more, how the muscles in your face release tension you didn't realize were there. Now, with your fingers in place, allow yourself to feel the slight warmth or tingling. Some people feel energy moving subtly through the jaw, down the neck, even into the chest. Others feel nothing at first, and that's completely okay. This ritual is not about forcing sensation. It's about giving your nervous system a signal that it is safe to soften. Breathe again. Notice your belly rising. Notice the gentle expansion of your ribcage. The body responds to slow, intentional attention. If you like, you can imagine your breath moving like a wave through your body, in through the ear, down into your chest, spreading warmth to your spine and then flowing back out soft and steady. Now very gently you can try a small variation. Tilt your head slightly toward your shoulder on the same side as the touch. Not a stretch, just a small shift to enhance comfort. Feel the way your neck naturally elongates. Notice how your touch stays light, intentional. You may add a second layer of awareness. Place your other hand softly on your chest, not to press, only to notice. This helps you feel the connection between the ear, the heart, and your breath. Breathe. Notice what changes. Does your body feel warmer, softer, a little more settled? Another variation. If you're comfortable, place your hand on your abdomen while the other rests on the tragus. This combination helps bring awareness to your energy pathways from head to core. Breathe slowly, imagining a gentle current moving from your ear down through the spine, spreading calm energy to your whole body. Take a moment to notice subtle shifts in emotion. Perhaps a small sigh escapes you. Perhaps your heart feels lighter. These are not imagined. They are your nervous system responding to reassurance. If you feel resistance anywhere, a tight jaw, a stiff shoulder, do not force it. Simply acknowledge it. Your touch is not about changing anything, only noticing. After a few minutes here, allow your fingers to remain on the tragus while you scan your body from head to toe. Notice areas of tension. Imagine the golden light spreading to these places. Notice how some tightness begins to soften. Even a small release is meaningful. Now slowly remove your fingers from the tragus. Keep your awareness on your body. Notice the lingering sense of calm. Notice the breath continuing, steady and gentle. This ritual can be practiced in multiple ways. A full session of 5–10 minutes when you are quiet and undisturbed. A brief pause of 1–2 minutes during the day whenever tension rises. A comforting ritual before sleep to invite calm and rest. As you practice, your nervous system learns the language of safety. The more consistent the practice, the more readily your body responds. You are not activating anything foreign, only reminding it of what it already knows. Dr. Stephen Porges in the Pocket Guide to the Polyvagal Theory writes, "The nervous system is always listening. Gentle cues of safety can guide it out of survival mode." This is exactly what your touch ritual does. Bessel van der Kolk in the body keeps the score adds, "Regulation begins in the body. Safety is remembered before words can explain it." Allow these truths to settle as you continue your awareness. Take one last gentle breath in and out. Notice how your body feels different than before you began. Even the smallest shift is evidence that your nervous system is awake, listening, and responding. Now reflect for a moment. What subtle change did you notice in your body? Share it in the comments. Even if it was just a small shift, it matters. Your experience is real. It is valid. When you're ready, slowly open your eyes. Carry this awareness with you. This is your body remembering calm, your touch reminding it of home. A simple doorway you've just begun to open. Stay where you are for a moment longer. There is often a pause after the touch, a quiet space, not empty, just softer. This is usually when people start to notice changes that don't announce themselves loudly. They arrive gently, almost shyly. You may notice your thoughts slow down, not disappear, just lose their sharp edges. The mind stops racing ahead, stops replaying, stops scanning for what could go wrong. That's not because you forced it, it's because the body sent a signal upward. I'm okay right now. When the nervous system receives that message, the mind follows. Some people notice emotion first, a sudden wave of relief, a heaviness lifting from the chest, a tightness behind the eyes that turns into tears. If that happens, it's not weakness, it's release. For many people, especially those who have spent years being strong for others, emotions don't leave the body when they should. They stay stored, quiet, waiting for safety. Gentle touch creates that safety. You might also notice clarity, a feeling that the noise has turned down, that you can hear yourself again, not the voice of worry, the quieter one underneath. Some describe it as inner silence, not silence like nothingness. Silence like space, room to breathe. Room to feel, room to be. There may be physical sensations, too. Warmth moving down the neck. A soft pulsing near the jaw, a spreading ease through the shoulders or spine. These sensations are signs of regulation, blood flow shifting, muscles releasing, nerves settling. Nothing mystical needs to happen for this to be meaningful. Your body is changing state. When the nervous system moves out of constant alert, energy returns. Not sudden energy, steady energy. The kind that doesn't come with anxiety. The kind that feels grounded. Many people say, "I feel lighter." What they're often feeling is the absence of tension they had grown used to carrying. Sometimes memories surface, not dramatic scenes, just feelings, a sense of being held, or the opposite, a realization of how long you've been holding yourself together alone. If that awareness comes, let it come without analysis. The body releases in layers, at its own pace. You don't need to label what you feel as good or bad, just notice it. Presence is enough. In his book, The Power of Now, Eckhart Tolle writes about how awareness itself creates space around emotion. He explains that when we observe what we feel without resisting it, the intensity often dissolves on its own. This isn't philosophy, it's something you may be experiencing right now. The moment you notice a sensation without trying to change it, your nervous system registers acceptance. Acceptance reads as safety. and safety allows healing. You might notice your breathing has changed. Slower, deeper, more natural. You didn't control it. Your body chose it. That's an important detail. Healing responses are not something you perform. They happen when the conditions are right. Another shift people often report is a sense of being more here, more present in the room, more aware of their body. Colors may look slightly brighter, sounds softer, the edges of things less harsh. This is not imagination. It's attention returning to the present moment. When the nervous system is no longer scanning for danger, perception widens. Some people feel emotional neutrality. Not happy, not sad, just calm. That state is deeply restorative. Others feel gratitude, not directed at anything specific. Just a quiet appreciation for the moment of peace. Whatever you notice is valid. There is no correct response. Your body responds based on its history, its experiences, its readiness. If you noticed very little, that also matters. It may mean your system is cautious, or simply beginning to trust. Change doesn't always feel dramatic. Often it feels subtle, like the first deep breath after holding one for too long. Ask yourself quietly now, what changed even slightly inside me just now? Was it emotional, physical, mental, or was it simply the absence of something that was always there before? You don't need to answer out loud. But later, if you feel like sharing, tell me in the comments. Did you feel release, clarity, warmth? Or just a gentle calm? Every answer helps others feel less alone in their experience. As this awareness settles, something important happens. Trust begins to form, not trust in a technique, trust in your own body. And when that trust grows, even slowly, the effects don't stay limited to one moment. They start to follow you into daily life, into how you sleep, how you respond, how you carry yourself. That's what we'll gently explore next, not as a promise. As a possibility your body already understands. Now that you've felt the shift inside, let's bring this calm into your everyday life. You don't need long sessions. Even 1 or 2 minutes can make a difference. Consistency is what trains the nervous system, not intensity. Start in the morning. Before getting out of bed, place your fingers gently on the tragus. Breathe slowly. Notice the warmth, the subtle energy, the quiet space. This sets the tone for your day. During moments of tension, pause. You can touch the same spot while sitting at your desk, washing dishes, or sipping tea. Even a brief awareness brings your body back to safety. Before sleep, this ritual can help settle your nervous system. Place your hand on your ear. Breathe into your chest and abdomen. Allow the day to release from your shoulders. The body will remember this signal as a cue for rest. Over time, these small pauses accumulate. You may notice better sleep, steadier mood, and calmer reactions to stress. Tension held in your shoulders or jaw may soften. Your energy may feel more available. Even the simplest daily actions may feel lighter. The key is regularity, not perfection. If you miss a day, it's okay. Your body remembers more than you think. As Dr. Bessel van der Kolk explains in The Body Keeps the Score, small, repeated experiences of safety help the nervous system learn that it is okay to let go. And Stephen Porges in the Pocket Guide to the Polyvagal Theory writes, consistent cues of safety create the conditions for calm, balance, and connection. You are giving your nervous system these cues with each gentle touch. You are teaching it what it already knew but forgot. Ask yourself, where in my day can I pause to reconnect with this safe space? Even noticing the question is part of the practice. And as you continue, notice your body's natural response. The subtle signals will grow clearer. The calm will extend beyond the ritual itself. Your body begins to carry it automatically. This is not magic, it's biology, it's attention, it's trust. These small moments are the doorway to a more balanced, gentle, and aware life. Let's pause together one last time. Notice your body where it rests, the chest rising, the shoulders softening, the quiet pulse beneath your fingers. What you've done in this video is simple but profound. You've reminded your body of something it already knew. A doorway that has always been waiting. A space where calm, energy, and presence can meet. As you move through your day, you may notice subtle changes, a deeper breath without thinking, a shoulder dropping mid-conversation, a brief pause before reacting to stress. These are signs your nervous system remembers that it can let go, that it can rest. Healing is not sudden. It arrives in layers. Some moments are obvious, others are gentle and almost invisible. Dr. Stephen Porges in the Pocket Guide to the Polyvagal Theory reminds us, safety signals repeated over time teach the nervous system that it can relax and engage with life fully. Bessel van der Kolk in The Body Keeps the Score adds, when the body feels safe, the mind follows. Awareness and calm emerge naturally. Eckhart Tolle in The Power of Now writes, observation without resistance creates space around the mind and body. In that space, transformation happens effortlessly. This is what you've begun here. A gentle shift that belongs to your own experience. No one else can take it, no one else can give it. The golden thread through this practice is awareness, your touch, your breath, your attention. It reminds the body to come home, to remember what it always knew. Calm is not a goal. It is a returning, a gentle recognition. You may want to continue exploring. There are other points in the body, other ways to invite safety and presence. This video is one step, one doorway. And there are more waiting for you. If this awakens something inside you, imagine what can happen when you touch another point. The path is endless, gentle, and deeply personal. Before we part, I want to invite you to share. Where did you feel the shift? Was it warmth, release, calm? Write it in the comments below. Even a few words matter. Your experience can guide others. And if this practice helped you reconnect, subscribe to the Spine Gospel, not for obligation, but as a quiet promise to yourself. I will remember, I will listen, I will slow down. You may like this video or even dislike it. Both are welcome. Both tell us what matters to you. The body has been holding keys for centuries, waiting for attention, waiting for touch, waiting for your awareness, and now you've started to unlock them. Carry this remembering with you into your day, into your week, into quiet moments when the world demands too much. Breathe, listen, trust. Your body remembers. And so do you.